Ryan Gonzalez, man. Look at you. Welcome. We got a drink here for you.
Thanks.
It's a nice little Jack and Coke. Hope you don't mind.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. Great set, man. Great set. How long have you been working on that? You've been doing comedy for
4 years.
4 years. Christ.
4 long years.
All right. How'd you get started? What was your first?
I did the Laugh Factory open mic. I didn't know that it was an audition for the Laugh Factory. I thought it was an open mic for dipshits that wanted to try comedy.
Oh.
And so I went for it, and I'm in line with all these pro comedians.
Oh, beautiful.
The guy was like on Jimmy Kimmel. I was in line next to King Batch from Vine. Yeah.
All right. So that's gonna be good for your confidence.
Fantastic, man. I had a prop. It was hood.
You had a prop even.
Oh, yeah. I used to do an opening joke about my name and how people think it's a cool name now, but when I was growing up, it wasn't cool because there was Ben Gay. Ben Gay everywhere, man.
Yeah.
All right? And like, why is it called? It's Ben Gay for no reason, dude. You know what I mean? They just randomly picked a name, slap gay on it. That's it. Right. This is you through elementary school.
Right.
Good luck, dude.
Doesn't seem very creative.
Yeah, so I brought a tube of it out and pulled it out of my pocket.
All right.
They still make that stuff?
I'm pretty sure.
They have to.
You know, you got to knock off the champ.
Yeah.
I feel like your name should have jumped.
I'll find out in a couple of years, I'm sure.
Yeah?
That could have worked, dude. But I'm saying, like, the active ingredient is not benzodiazepine. Like, it's not named after the doctor. It's named out of spite, dude.
It's true.
Interesting.
It's named to give guy's name Ben a nickname.
Oh, that's all. That's all it came up for.
You never know. It could have been Adam Gay.
Maybe.
It could have been anyone.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
No.
But it wasn't.
It was Ben.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I got the joy of having everybody come up to me. Hey, Adam, where's Eve? That's every single time. I'm like, all right, fantastic.
He's a chick, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Except last time, in fact, last time I went to go see you, there was a guy sitting behind me. His name was Eve. At the old King's Head.
All right.
Yeah, the guy behind me, his name was. He's like, and they asked him first, hey, what's your name? Eve. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna come to me in a second.
Karate
more? Yeah, I'm Adam. Oh, Adam and Eve. I'm like, yeah, all right. Good
Karate
job.
Kid didn't do me any favors, you know.
No?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So he's from somewhere else. It's not a U.S.
Was it like
native? He had an accent. I don't know. I don't know where the accent is.
Was it like spelled Eve, like EVE?
I didn't go into that much. I try not to dwell on it, believe it or not. I tried to
You know,
move past it.
I'm sorry. I'd rather be named Adam than Eve, you know, because then Eve would be like Summer's Eve.
All right.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So you got
The rapper.
You know, called a douchebag, you know.
Yeah. So you got Daniel from Karate Kid.
Yeah,
That's your
Daniel's
thing?
son, you know, Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody called me Daniel. It says, in fact, some people still go, oh, Daniel's son. Oh, yeah, dude, that movie sucks.
You got any name issues?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. Jeez.
Let's hear.
All right.
No.
No, I've never heard this. I thought I was going to put you on the spot and actually get you to
No,
talk
it's
about
really, really bad.
Okay.
Really bad.
Can we get some tissues?
All right. So you had a prop for your first appearance at the Laugh Factory?
I don't want to gloss over him saying that Karate Kid sucks, though. You really don't like Karate Kid?
No.
Because of the Daniel son?
It was more that. It was more that. Yeah.
Was it the shower like costume?
No, that was awesome.
All right.
That was awesome. No, I think it was more the teasing that pissed me off about that movie.
Okay,
you know?
that's good.
But the funny thing is that the guy looks the same, you know.
He does.
Nowadays,
He's
and
like
he didn't.
55 years old.
Yeah, and he looks like freaking Karate
Crazy.
Kid still.
Isai Morales.
Yeah. He's on Entourage one time, and I'm like, what the? Is this the
How do you do
14-year-old?
that?
Why is he drinking?
And he was like 30 when they filmed back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
In Reseda.
He's old.
As a kid, I didn't know what Reseda was because I'd never been out to the valley or anything like that, you know. And in my previous job, I covered the valley, and I was like, "Hey, Reseda! Oh wow, I wonder where he rode that bike up the street." You know, I was like,
Where's that
See it
pier?
on the map.
Yeah.
Can't get into that country club.
All right. So you had the Bengay prop. That was the thing.
Oh yeah.
And then
They let you do 3 minutes in that audition. It had to be clean. And yeah, I did 3 jokes.
at the Laugh Factory, being clean. That seems weird.
You have to, yeah. When you first start, it's a whole process, dude. You have to sit in line the week before for about 4 hours just to be able to sign up to come back the following week, do 3 clean minutes. If they pass you, they bring you back for 6 minutes where you can curse now.
Okay.
If they like that, they bring you back for another showcase. If they like that, they put your video from that showcase on a thing where you can vote.
Okay.
If you get enough
Wow.
votes, then you get in front of the last guy who decides if he likes you or not.
Wow.
"Wow."
Is that still how it works, or that was way back in the
That's
day?
it still.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay.
So it's a lot of work just to get to there.
Just to get to there.
Yeah.
And even then, they might say, all right, now you're a regular, and maybe you'll get a show, maybe you won't.
Interesting.
It just all depends, dude.
Unless some bigger name comes by and decides to swoop in and take up the entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know, dude.
That's awful. So, so how far did you get in that process? Did you go all the way to the end, or no? Okay.
That's that.
All right.
That was the first jokes I ever told. I put out a tube of Bengay. You're asking if I made it to the end, Adam?
Well, I'm saying, so it was not a very good experience then.
Oh, it was great. I was hooked. I was hooked.
That's what I was getting
supposed to
to.
make it to the end.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So no regular for you.
No.
Yeah.
That takes years and years.
So
Years
from
and
that
years.
point where you didn't get to the end or whatever, you just started hitting open mics, or how did you
Open
keep going?
mics, and people book you on shows because you're new, and so they think your friends are going to come to all the shows. I did that for a while before it was like, maybe I'm not going to any more of your shows, dude. You know? So yeah, then you do more and more and more, and I don't know, you just can't get enough. It's just weird thing, and you just either buy completely into it or you don't, and then once you do, yeah, you can't stop, man.
Yeah, you keep pretty damn busy. You're like multiple shows a week.
Yes.
Sometimes multiple shows in the same night even.
Yes.
You're hosting, you're doing all these things.
Yes, as much as you can get on stage,
Yeah.
in front of people, or even if there's not people.
No.
Just, yeah.
How often
Write
do you-
jokes, tell jokes?
How often do you come up with new material? Are you constantly thinking of new material,
No,
writing it
dude,
down, or?
honestly, it's whenever it comes in my head.
Really?
So sometimes I'll go like months without a new joke, really, or anything that I like.
Yeah, do they come up like when you're just like randomly talking about something? You're like, oh, that would make a good joke.
Dude,
you
or
know?
I see something, or I hear something, and it just reminds me of something, or I see somebody else's thing that makes me think of something else. You never.
So it's not like a songwriter where he's got to sit there and just try and.
I don't have a book.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
actually write any jokes down.
Huh.
I get the idea for something, and I put the topic in my phone. And
Okay.
I just start kind of just thinking about it.
Okay.
And work it out 5 or 10 times until
Yeah.
it's to where I'm sort of like it.
Yeah, nowadays you don't
And
need
do it for
notepaper.
months and months and months until
Yeah.
you really like it and have it where you want it. Even then, you can be doing a joke for a year, do it at a show, and then somebody else comes up to you and says one more thing to it, and then that gives you like another
Okay.
half a minute of stuff.
Wow.
On that same joke. It's like, whoa! I never thought.
Nice.
Of that.
Very cool.
People help you out like that. It's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I do the same kind of thing as far as like topics for the podcast. If I hear about something, I'll make a small note to myself.
Yeah.
That like, all right, research it later. But do you ever get to the point where this happens to me a lot, where I'll look at my note and I'll be like, what the fuck was I talking about? It's like it was like super way too vague, and I can't.
There's a whole Seinfeld.
Yeah, was there?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Flaming Globes of Sigmund. Yeah, dude, he wrote down this thing and he can't figure out why it was funny. Or
Oh,
what it
yes,
was,
that does sound
dude.
familiar.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I think I'm being clever at the time. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
But there's things where I totally know what it was, and then when I'm actually saying it, I'm like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, it's not funny. It turns out.
Yeah. I'll type a post. Oh, it's gonna be a killer post, and like before I hit, post, it's like, oh, this is dumb. Jesus. Yeah. Delete. You gotta be able to edit.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to self-edit, dude.
Yeah. Well, Facebook you can
Because
edit.
most of comedy is being able to
Yeah.
edit yourself and just know like, this is a shitty joke.
What I find more and more, like you're talking about, posts and stuff like that. I'm thinking like Facebook and all this social media. Jokes that comedians are saying now that have come up with jokes and stuff are now coming up on memes and stuff like that on Facebook and stuff,
yeah.
And
People are ripped
is
off.
that like copyright infringement or something like that, or
It is, dude.
Intellectual property, right?
Yeah.
I guess can you like patent a joke? Like, oh, that's my joke,
I don't
You
know,
can't.
dude. I think if you're already like, it's your joke and you're selling merchandise on it, like dudes will make like a T-shirt out of it,
Yeah.
or something like that, dude. Or you made maybe a sketch out of it or something, then you can prove that you had this and you were already using
Yeah.
it or something. Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause I'm just saying-
something that just kind of sucks, and it's like, all right, cool, people love this joke, but I hope that they're attributing it to me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Have you had to deal with that yet? Just any joke stealing?
For me, not that I know of.
No. Or anybody like that you've done sets with? Any like in your
Oh,
media?
from other people? Oh, yeah, you hear that from a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah?
Famous people and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. Who's your favorite comedian? If you were to pick like one or two,
Of all
like
time.
stand up, like
Dead
stand up,
or alive.
dead or alive, dead or alive.
In this room or outside this room?
I like like Stephen Wright.
Okay.
A lot. Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch Hedberg, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Burr.
He's amazing. I just started listening to him like a couple months ago. I went through all this stuff, and that's amazing.
But, like-
My favorite comedian probably though is Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the thing you got to try to do with every bit or what everyone attains to do is just you hit something that's funny, but that's something that everyone can relate to. So everybody kind of like knows it, but they didn't think of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when they're laughing, they're like, "Oh yeah, I do
Yes,
that.
of
I know
course.
what's his face that does that." And then they tell everybody, "Hey, this guy tells this joke about that thing."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yes." And I think out of everybody, Chris Rock does that the most with the biggest number of his bits. Where just like people listen to it, they laugh, and they immediately relate, and they want to tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. To me, he's like the best overall.
To me, I can listen to George Carlin over and over and over again.
He does that
I mean,
too.
he's-
It's like you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it just everything he says just makes so much sense. You're like, oh my god, you're laughing at it, but at the same time, it's not really funny what he's saying, but it's funny.
It's
like
just the,
really
it's the
weird.
recognition that
Yeah.
is what triggers in your brain. Like, yes, I understand.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's a reaction. It may not always be laughter. It would just be like, oh yes,
Yeah.
agreed. But yeah, I grew up. Seinfeld was my first like real comedian, and I grew up in this like Christian bubble where I couldn't do a whole lot of things, listen to radio, but somehow Seinfeld crept in that bubble. Looking back, that was probably not the most appropriate thing to be watching at the age I was watching it, but it really influenced my sense of humor. I get the Seinfeld voice every now and then. These guys always make fun of me for.
See, I never used to like his stand-up, and it was my favorite show.
Yeah.
And it was about a comedian. They were so funny, and I love that show. But yeah, I never used to really like dig his stand-up.
Yeah, I didn't hear his stand up until later on. It was the show first, and then once he did like the Seinfeld on Broadway, I think, or I'm telling you for the last time.
Yeah.
That was I think the first actual stand up that I've heard him actually do. But he did some little bits on the show, and the intro, outro, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I watched stuff when I was a kid. I loved Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
Raw.
Rad stand-up.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about like now I've heard that once you get like big enough, you start like hiring writers
Yeah.
to help you with the material.
I know. Somebody hire me. I will write jokes. Did you hear those before? Yeah. Or hire.
Yeah. So is that pretty accepted and like well known in the community? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
All right. Does it feel like?
I mean, you gotta look at it this way. If you get to a point where you're touring and you're making $10 million, $15 million a year from touring because they're counting on you to have a new 45 minutes or hour,
Yeah.
and maybe you can't come up with a good 45 minutes, and you have $15 million you're making, you're gonna spend a few grand.
Yeah.
For that $15 million and get
Try and
Okay.
get some material.
And by
I'm
then-
sure they probably hire a bunch of different writers, and I don't like that, or I like that, stuff like
It
that.
might be 3 or 4. A lot of times it's the guys that are opening for them.
I hear that some people from South Park said that the Family Guys use manatees to do their bits. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I actually heard. I think it was. I think Louis C.K. was doing writing for Chris Rock back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he directed Pootie Tang.
That's Foodie Tank.
What? Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a movie for you.
Might see that on spoilers. Huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
How do you see the comedy scene going towards the future now, especially with all the like cell phones, people recording
We're
stuff?
in it
And,
right now.
Yeah.
Adam, podcasting.
Yeah, podcasting.
Live, we're
Hey,
looking at our
live.
Face. I was telling jokes with nobody there. That's where it's going.
that was a lot of
There's
people.
gonna be
there.
laugh tracks.
You didn't hear the,
Come on.
didn't you hear the giant audience over there somewhere? I apologize, audience.
He really saw you. The lights were in his
The
eyes.
future. Yeah, you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's great right now. There's so many outlets, so many things you can do, so many things you can create. There's places like this, and it's fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Great time to do comedy.
Yeah, I feel like comedy's starting to come back more now than like there was a big comedy boom like in the 80s or early 90s, whatever. It started like dipping down, but I feel like it's coming back now.
People are starting to
Especially-
lighten up.
Yeah, well, with podcasting especially, a lot of comedians have podcasts, and that's their way to reach their audience, and that's how they.
A lot of them are great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Excelsior.
What?
So, okay, so now we were talking about, so 4 years you've been doing this. So how many times do you think you've been on stage at this point?
About 900, around there. I don't know exactly how many times.
All right.
Coming up on 1,000.
Okay. You get any kind of nervous jitters anymore?
No.
No? That's good. But when,
I didn't anyway, though. I'm weird.
Oh, no?
I was
Oh,
a
okay.
paramedic before, dude.
Paramedic?
Yeah, if you're a paramedic, you're not going to get nervous.
Yeah, because
wow.
you're a paramedic or officer or something. You're thrown into some hairy situations. You got to
Interesting.
be able to keep cool.
You're not going to care at all about going on stage.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you got life and death in your hands to go
Yeah,
talk on a
you
mic.
get
that's
over that. And then,
Talking
Doesn't
on
matter.
stage is nothing.
Okay.
It's just a light and a camera.
Interesting. All right. So you're trying to do this as often as you can still, like every day of the week if you can?
yeah, if I could.
All right. I like that.
Nice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, well, at the beginning we tried to do a lot of podcasts at once. I want to do like 2 or 3 a week.
Kind of like overwhelmed yourself, huh?
Yeah, also scheduling became an issue. But
Well,
there's only so much you can say about certain things.
Because if we blow up, we could all be on the same schedule. We could all just do this for a living.
Yeah, no, that's...
Then there would be no scheduling issue.
Absolutely.
Do you really
Yeah.
want to blow up?
I don't know. If I was going to go anyway, I'd want to either blow up or go in my sleep and not wake up. You know. I figure if I blow up, I'm not going to feel it anyway. I just go, you know.
I guess.
All right, this is we also have another name for Maestro in the show. It's called the wrench.
The wrench.
Whenever there's like a momentum going in a certain direction, it's like throwing a wrench into the spoke of a tire, and just kind of the bike just like flips over.
Flips over.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, man? It's ridiculous. There's this one part where actually this guy's riding his bicycle, and then all of a sudden, like, I guess some sort of twig hits the front wheel. The guy gets catapulted over his bike and like into like I guess it's a crowd of other bikers. It was horribly cool.
Horribly cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible for
Fantastic.
him, but it's cool for us.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's new.
All right.
He didn't die.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well then it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wondering though, because if that's the case for the bicycles, I wonder if the motorcycles do the exact same thing, or does it have a much more exponential flip?
I think it depends on who the maker of the wrench is. Is it Craftsman Snap-on, or is it one of those like companion cheap little?
The spokes of his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they did that in a movie once. Maybe I could share if it
Well, if
works.
you get like a wrench from a dollar store, I feel like that'll just break in half and you can keep going.
Well, it's plastic, man.
Yeah. If you could dodge a wrench.
You can dodge a ball.
It's so dumb. For as good as movies that was a stupid like.
Nobody makes
line.
me bleed my own blood.
See, that's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny. Dodge a wrench, dodge a ball. Come on.
I think it's just to add fear.
Yeah.
Because ball, like,
Balls.
Yeah.
Finish that. Come on, finish that.
dodgeballs don't like make that much pain, but wrenches do.
Speaking of something kind of like that, as far as like movies go, how do you feel about the comedians making transitions into movies? Like Amy Schumer right now is she just did Trainwreck, and that's supposed to be a big thing from her just being comedy stand-up to now movie thing.
I'm going to answer that with my previous answer. Hire me. Remember that over there? Movies. Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Yeah, no, I hate it. Nobody make movies.
Well, 'cause
Everybody stop making movies.
No, because some comedians,
No
I
more.
mean, like I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan in general, and his whole thing is a little. It's a kind of comedy that I feel like is an easy comedy. It's like nutshot comedy. They're like, yeah, of course people are gonna laugh at that. The kids are gonna laugh to it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not my taste.
I think the first 3 or 4 movies were weird.
He-
So they were good, and then they took it.
Yeah. Well, I remember liking them.
Like Child's Play weird?
Yes,
All right.
exactly. Billy Madison. All right, Billy Madison. I saw when I was like a senior in high school in the theater, and I did mushrooms.
All right.
So
That'll explain it.
it was weird, but it was funny, and it still holds up to me. So
Okay. All
holds
right.
up sober. I feel like there's a class divide here. Like we get the dress shirts, as opposed to the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the
We're going to
professionals.
play a 2-on-2 basketball game, you know?
All right.
Wait,
Dress shirts against t-shirts.
end the revolution.
All right. Well, we're gonna.
Game blouses.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up now. Thanks Ben for joining us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing this on a semi-regular basis. We're gonna be doing Random Acts of Tangent. We also have spoilers, and we're doing videos as well. Make sure you go to our website, ratpackpodcast.com. Like us on Facebook. It's Rat Pack Podcast. At Rat Pack Podcast for Twitter. Spoilers is at Spoiler Show. Like our pages. Give us emails. show@ratpackpodcast.com. If you're going to do any shopping on Amazon, make sure you go to our webpage first, click on the banner. It takes you to Amazon, and you can shop like you normally would. Doesn't charge you anything extra, but helps support the show.
Yes.
Yeah, keeps us doing our thing.
Do we have a donation bin on the... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's a donation, I think it's a tip jar, I don't know.
Something
Anyway,
like that,
thanks for tuning in, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. This will be a podcast, and it'll also be a video. We'll be splitting up, putting on YouTube and everything. But until next time, I'm Adam.
I'm Maestro.
I'm Cowboy.
I'm Ben.
Gay.
Sorry, I had to do it, sorry.